Hi besties, welcome back to this house of fashion. Hope you have a wonderful day. Today's episode is going to be on how to cut this lovely kaftan using this Kampala fabric. You can see it. I'm using 4 yards and some inches of Kampala fabric. It's not up to 5 yards, and that's the facing I'm going to use at the front because it's an overlap kaftan. You can see. So the first cutting here is going to be the full measurement. So I'm going to take the full measurement of the dress twice. So assuming is 59 inches, I'm going to take 59 inches in two places, you understand? But here I'm going to add some inches to it, so I'm going to make use of 60 inches in two places. So let me cut it out first. So here is after cutting it out. I'll be folding this out into 4 places. You can see this is into 2 first, then into 4. So this is into 4 now. The first thing I'm going to take here is the length of the sleeve, which I'm saying 23.5 inches here, 20.5 inches for the length of the sleeve. So after taking the length of the sleeve, thing I'm going to take here is going to be the shoulder slant of ½ inch. So I'm making use of ½ inch for the shoulder slant. You can see ½ inch. Then I'm going to slant it up to the center of both back and front. You can see it now. You can see. So after that, I'm going to take the length of my core, where the core is going to stop. So I'm stopping at 28 inches. 28 inches for the core. Then I'm going to take the distance, that will be the wideness of the leg. So I'm making use of 50 inches and 60 inches, that's 15 inches in 4 places. So from that point, I'm going to connect it to the sleeve line. You can see this is the core part of the dress. So from this point now, I'm going to make it straight down to the full length of the dress. So I have to use my table just to make it straight. So I'll be making it of 15 inches. So after sketching it out, then I'm going to connect everything together. 15 inches, you can see the way I'm taking just for it to be straight. 15 inches, so to the full length of the dress. So that's how I'm going to take it. 15 inches, you can see 15 inches down. So after this, now I'm going to cut it out. So from the center of both back and front to the length of the sleeve. As you can see, so from this point now, from the length of the sleeve, I'm going to cuff it down to the 28 inches point now that we took out. Just to give us that core kaftan core side that we needed. So you can see it now. So the next thing to do after cutting out the shape, you can see the shape properly. The next thing here is to cut out the neckline. So I want to confirm the full length, then trim the excess out. I want to confirm the full length. So the full length that we need here is going to be 60 inches. The 60 inches is with the seam allowance. 60 inches is with the seam allowance. Then I'm going to cut out the excess. So after cutting it out, the next thing is to go ahead and cut out the neckline. So this is an overlap at the front, so I don't want the neckline to be too wide. So the wideness of the neckline I'll be making use of here is going to be 3.5 inches. Then the deepness is going to be 1.5 inches. This is for both back and front first. Then I'm cutting it together. You can see. Then I cannot take out the back. To cut out the front neckline, I know that the front neckline is not an ordinary neckline. it's not a normal neckline, it's an overlap neckline. So there's an overlap at the front. So to get that now, you're going to take the measurement of the half cut, which I'll be making it of 15.5 inches here, the measurement of the half cut. Then you need your distance of the two busts, which is going to be for the that measurement, you understand. So the distance of the two busts there is 3.5 inches. You can see what we are using, 3.5 inches. So from this 3.5 inches, I will now go ahead to the upper part and take my 3.5 inches up, but this is not where to cut it. I'm just trying to make it straight down first, straight down. So this is my 3.5 inches. I'm trying to connect everything together. So I'll now go to the shoulder now and take the normal shoulder measurement for this dress. Normal shoulder measurement, you know, it's cut together with the sleeve. So I'll now take the normal shoulder measurement, which is 8 inches. So this is my 8 inches. You can see from the center I take my 8 inches. Then from the 8 inches to this 3.5 inches, I'm going to make a slant line down, slant line down. So here is after slanting it up. You can see it now. You can see the slanting from the 3.5 inches to the 8 inches. You can see now. So I will now go ahead now and cut it. You can see. So I'm trying to cut it out. So we are going to replace it back with an overlap. So you can see the fronts that we cut out now. This is what we're going to use to cut out the overlap. Then replace it back to the front. So I'll be making use of this plane to cut out the half cut for the front. You can see this is my shoulder measurement of 8 inches, shoulder slant of ½ inch. Then I'm going to slant it up to the center of both back and front. Then the hammer measurement also, the hammer of 8 inches. We have the half cut of 50.5 inches. So the next thing to take here is the bust measurement of 40 inches. You can see bust measurement of 40 inches is here. Then with a seam allowance of 1 inch, then I'll come to the down part here and take 32 inches for the waist. 32 inches for the waist. You can see. Then I'm going to add 1 inch to it. That 32 inches is 8 inches in 4 places. So I'm trying to connect everything together. Then after connecting them, I'm going to cut it out. So this is after cutting it out. You can see. So the next thing here is to cut out our neckline, but I'm going to bring out this particular one that we cut out from the main clothes. Then we're going to take the wideness of the shoulder, because the shoulder must be equal, don't forget. So I'm seeing 4.1 here, 4.1 inches here. So is that 4.5 inches, that 4.1 inches I'm going to take here too. Here is the 4.5 inches. Then from this is where I'm coming to. You can see I've notched that place. So from this point now, from this down point, I'm going to slant it up to the remaining neckline. You can see, so I'll slant it up. So this is after slanting it up. You can see. Then I will now cut it out now. You can see I've chalked out the slanting, so I will now cut it out. So you can see the cuttings now. Here's the cutting. This after cutting it out. This is what we're going to use to cut out the overlap part of the front. You can see the wideness. That means the wideness that we are going to get from that overlap must be more than this particular wideness. You know, we're going to place it on each other. We're going to lap it on each other, so it must be more than it. So that's why I'm chalking that particular wideness out. Then I'll now add some inches to it, like 2.5 inches. So I'll be adding 2.5 inches to this now. Here is my 2.5 inches. you can see. Then I will now slant it from the shoulder to that area that I chalked. So using this side, the side that we need here must be slant line. It must not be a straight line, you understand? So I want to use this side to cut it out now. So before getting to the down part, I'll try to adjust my hand to that 2.5 inches allowance, because I must not cut this exact measurement, so it's not going to short after when we overlap it on each other. You can see now. So you have to notch the down part and you have to notch the front. So I'll be notching the upper part now. This is my upper part, so I'll know the shoulder. Then I'm going to notch the front, so I'll know my front. I'll know where to face each other, you can see. So I'll now go ahead now and use this to cut out the main fabric. Then I'll cut out my facing, and this particular one is going to have I'm going to add a stay to it to make it stand. So that's how I'm going to do it. So you can see the way I'm facing it. You can see after I overlap it, you can see how wideness the down part is. So I'll try to overlap it and get my 8 inches, because the main wideness for the dart is 7 inches. So the half inch, the remaining 1 inch, the half inch is going for the one side, the other half inch will go for the same allowance of the other side. So we left with 7 inches. So that's why I'm making this 8 inches now. So you can see. So let me go and cut this on a fabric, then cut the facing as well. So this is after cutting it out. Then I want to cut out the facing as well. I've cut it out on the fabric, on the main fabric. Here is this, so I'm cutting out the facing. So I'll cut out the facing, then I will gum stay it to make it stand. Then I'll turn it and I'll come and show it to you. So here is after turning it out. You can see I've turned out the front and I've overlapped it. You can see the inches that we added to it, up to 2.5 inches, and that is what is there also. And the wideness I made sure is 8 inches, so that by the time I took half inch at both sides, I'll be left with 7 inches. You can see now. So let me trim out the excess of the facing at the side. So this is what I'm trimming out. So I want to trim it out at both ends. After this now, I'll now go ahead and join it to the center of the front that we cut out. So I'm trying to cut out the excess of the facing. You can see. You can see it now. So I'm cutting it out at both sides of the overlap. So before I place it at the center of the main dress, which is the kaftan dress. So you can see this is where we're going to place it to. So let me go ahead now and place it. So this is after placing it at the center. So I'm trying to make the side plate at the shoulder, the 2-step pleats. So that's what I'm doing here. Welcome back. Here the finished work so far. This is the kaftan that we have been sewing. You can see the side plate, you can see the front. This is an overlap front. As you can see, this is the side plate that we pleated at the side. You can see it's of 2 steps. You can see the other side too, and this is the sleeve. You can see the sleeve. So at the sleeve side, I decided to put a band to just for the sleeve to come outside a little bit after the plate. So if you're watching me for the first time, what are you waiting for? Just have subscribed to my channel for amazing tutorials. And for those who have already subscribed, I really appreciate you guys for watching my video always. See you in my next tutorial. Bye.